Hello. Wow, feels like forever since I did a vlog. So, you know what? I actually did a vlog last week. And when I went to edit it, there was no sound. And it's because I'm doing it here on my laptop and I used a different system and I didn't activate a microphone. Whatever. Anyway, so hello. Hi. Nice to see you. Um, I've got some notes, just a moment. Notes are always a good thing, right? Because otherwise I will waffle. If you've been here before, I can waffle. All right, so instead of, I was trying to work out what sort of format can I use because I've been thinking about vlogging more again, and it's a lot of work doing the what I eat in a day. So what I thought I'd do is video some footage and share that as well as a few other things. So that's sort of the format for a little while anyway until I change it because this is how I roll. All right, so what have I been eating? You know what? I've worked out I have three basic foods that I love. And they are not in this order actually: pork belly, porterhouse, beef crackle. All right, they'd be my top three foods that I've been eating. But if I had to put them in order, I would put porterhouse first. And then, oh, it's hard between pork crackle and pork belly. They're like my natural fat bombs, right? I do have whipped tallow. Haven't been having it. I think it's because of the last time I made it. The one in the freezer that I have has got sweetener in it. And I don't know. I just don't think to eat it very often. I need to make a savoury batch. And I've been saying that for a while and I haven't done it yet. So I will. But I did recently get some more brisket fat and some more suet because what I've worked out too, which I didn't know this back in the day, back originally, earlier this year, I didn't know that tallow doesn't whip very well, but suet does. Yes, this was a revelation for me. So I'm buying a mixture, but mainly suet to whip into tallow. And it's amazing. Like I've used it for so many different things. I've even worked out a trick with when I buy Macca's Angus patties, the big ones. They're the burgers that I like from Macca's. They're $3.40 or $3.10 for one. Um, and so I can eat one and a half, you know, in a sitting, but put tallow on it because they're very dry the next day. Because I normally get three and I eat one and a half, and I keep another one and a half for a meal the next day. And so it's nice, easy, quick meal, and they're a little bit dry. So I worked out to add tallow. It is amazing, and they're even better almost than they are when they come freshly cooked. So, but so tallow's amazing. I just haven't been eating a lot of whipped tallow in the I don't know. I go in seasons, and look, I've given myself permission for that to just roll with it, and then I will eat something, over and over and over again, and then I'll just move on to something else and eat it over and over and over again. That's just sort of how I roll. But I did make notes up here. I butchered a flat iron steak. Well, actually, four of them. I will put some footage in. Let me just explain. Here in Australia, flat iron is called oyster blade. And what we do in Australia, the cultural thing that we do with it is we slow cook it for a long time. And what it does, it breaks down the silver skin. And it's absolutely delicious and makes an amazing gravy, casserole, beefy dish. But I watch the Bearded Butchers and I've been watching them and they go on about flat iron. And so I've been trying to work out what is flat iron here in Australia. Well, I worked it out and it's called oyster blade. I bought one from, or I thought I bought one from Dirty Clean Foods. I buy my bulk cuts from them. Good quality. They butcher them really well. So a lot of, like the briskets, you hardly have to trim anything off. So very good quality, and everything's grass-fed, which again is not in my budget. But when I get a bulk cut, it's totally in my budget because I butcher it myself, right? And I save over half of the cost of what that cut would be. So anyway, I worked it out. I found out it's oyster blade. I bought one, ended up getting 4. Was it 4? Or was it 2? You'll see from the footage. Anyway, this was weeks ago now. But I've got some footage for you, and I'll show you that now. Awesome. So I got amazing steaks, and I tell you what, that meat is delicious. I was nervous. I didn't video the whole thing because I thought I might hack it up, honestly. You have to put the trick with the knife is tilting it. I don't know if you can see with I'm trying to work out the angle on the video camera. You tilt it upwards anyway. You tilt the knife up and you run it down through the middle because you've got to take the silver skin off the top, the silver skin off the bottom, and then there's a layer of thick silver skin in the middle. And you have to, 4 lots you have to get off because when you run it down the top fillet, it's still on the bottom fillet, and you've got to run again. You've got to run the knife. But I've worked out that a knife can't really cut through silver skin. So if you angle the blade up towards the silver skin and run it down, it actually works. And I did such a great job actually. I could have videoed it, but I didn't know that I would do a good job. And so I thought, going to all the extra, it takes everything 3 times as long when you video stuff. So I didn't really have the energy for it. And then I thought, if it turns out terrible, I'll have used all that energy and it wouldn't have worked. So that's why I didn't video it. But I will video the next one because I will definitely getting that again. The flat irons, it is so tender and it is so delicious. And I don't know why we slow cook it because it's amazing. So there's that. Then I smoked a brisket. So I'll show you some footage of that now. That's my regular smoking. The same recipes on the channel for that one. I did exactly the same thing. And it turned out amazing. Smoking is just a nice different flavour. So it's nice to have something smoked. I've made a keto cake. I used peanut butter. Yes, I did. It was my my one addition to my food list for those that are new. I did 90 days starting beginning of Feb. When I finished, I'm doing it with my daughter. When I finished that, we signed up for another 90 days, and I said I wanted to have a keto dessert once a fortnight, once a week, something like that. I haven't been doing it. I haven't been having it. I had it once, and then I sort of lost interest. But anyway, I wanted something in the last, I don't know, so many weeks. So I made that. And that was delicious. It was what I needed. It was just a mug cake. It was just a mug cake. Anyway, I made some egg bread. I will share some photos or video of that. It's delicious. So good.
When it's like this,
yeah.
Like this.
Not sure what I've got, but I will share that. And the exciting thing, egg life wraps. Yes, and I've got a little bit of footage. Again, I didn't video it because I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. But I'm very happy with it. I am going to make the full recipe, and I know I still need to post the lasagna recipe because I took all that footage, but I haven't edited that up yet, so I will do that. It's been crazy busy at work, so yeah, I'm still doing much the same. You could go back and look at a previous what I eat in a day, and it would be very similar. I'm eating brisket. I'm eating porterhouse steak. I cut them into strips. Beef crackle, pork belly for fat, beef crackle for fat. Such a cheap meal, beef crackle. I pay $5 a kilo for brisket fat. And I think the suet's $8 a kilo. It's a little bit dearer. I am going to a really high-end butcher to get that. But, I was thinking I just got my last batch, and I was thinking I actually get really good quality fat from the one down the road here that I've been buying from for years. And I used to even have them as a meat supplier when I ran a cafe. But anyway, yeah, it's so cheap, right? $5 a kilo. Like I would eat maybe 200 grams of beef fat, raw, that goes into the air fryer. You do get a lot of oil off it that you can keep or not, up to you. And then it shrinks a lot. You probably get 100 grams of beef crackle. I call it beef crackle out of it. So I always just add that to whatever else I'm eating. Steak, pork belly. I generally don't have it if I'm having pork belly because pork belly is in itself a fat bomb. So I generally have beef crackle with my porterhouse steak, because that's the steak I'm loving right now. I used to love Scotch before I started doing carnivore full time, because I used to do carnivore here and there. But Scotch is a lot fattier, and I prefer to add my fat to, I just prefer the porterhouse right now. It's called New York strip everywhere else, but here in Australia it's called porterhouse. Yeah, so that's my list of what I've been eating. Really, I haven't really I had some chicken this week. In the wrap, I cooked some bacon and I cooked some chicken, and I had a bacon chicken wrap. So these Egg Life wraps, man, they're amazing. Basically, you need egg whites and gelatin. That's it. And the portion I used, now I had liquid egg whites that I had been freezing in the freezer. So I defrosted them. The ratio I've worked out is 100 mils of egg whites. Fresh. These are liquid egg whites. You could buy them from the shop, but these are just my own cracked egg whites. Is 10 grams to 10 grams of gelatin powder. I blend it in my NutriBullet blender, but you could just mix it with a fork, really. It gets a bit lumpy. You just got to smash out the lumps. That's it. And then cook it in a fry pan with some tallow. Oh my gosh, it is so delicious. In fact, I'm pretty hungry right now. I could go a few of those, and I just add my salt and pepper seasoning to it. My husband said it was delicious. Like, he loved it. So I made that a few nights, 2 nights. Today is Thursday, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, something like that. No, I didn't have one last night. So Monday, Tuesday. Not that that matters. But with chicken and bacon, a chicken and bacon wrap is pretty special. Love that. You could put mayo on it if you wanted, because chicken's pretty lean. I was using chicken breast as well, not chicken thigh. So yes, that's probably what I've been eating. I've more or less given up coffee mostly. Oh, yes, I've been having a coffee here and there. It's my Bulletproof brand, which doesn't have the mold in it, because coffee has mold. And also I have plant cream. That's one of the things on my list. And yes, I know it's not carnivore, I understand, but that's just one of the things I'm having. I've been having that all year right from the start. Matcha green tea with a bit of plant cream in it. Water, a lot of water, sparkling mineral water. I do have like a Sprite lemon zero, every now and again if I'm feeling like something like that. I don't stop myself from having that. I just have it if I want it. I found, though, that you just don't want that stuff very much. Just hardly ever. But I made a decision right at the beginning that if I wanted it, I would have it. So there's that. So I'm doing high fat carnivore. If you are interested in that at all, I would suggest the easiest things to do are Scotch fillet will give you a lot more fat than porterhouse, or a brisket, especially the point end, and also pork belly. They're the easiest ways to go with getting high fat in at the beginning. So that's pretty good. Eating out, I made a few notes for eating out because we had a birthday when I made this list anyway. It's a few weeks ago, and an anniversary to celebrate and a few things. And so for me, Macca's Angus beef patties are great, and I've just discovered the tallow recently was great. What have I got? Fatty proteins. So yeah, in most places you can get bacon and eggs. Most places you go to, especially if you're there at breakfast. Some places and steak is pretty common if you're there for dinner. So I just stick with the basics. Not that I eat out much, but and then there's chicken from Red Rooster. So here in Australia we have a thing called Red Rooster, and yeah, if I was desperate, definitely get the chicken. Not eating the stuffing, just the chicken. And yes, I'm not sure what they cook in. I think actually Red Rooster chicken is just rotisserie, so it's not cooked in anything. I'm not sure what's all in the seasoning, and to be honest, I'm not bothered about any of that. That doesn't bother me. I've got to keep my eyes on the big picture, right? If it's a choice between quit carnivore because I need to have Red Rooster chicken and I'm not allowed to have the spices, and or do carnivore and have the occasional something that makes it dirty carnivore, I am choosing that every time. So that's just the way I roll. You may not be able to. You may be strict carnivore. I'm not strict carnivore, but I'm pretty high up there. So and textures, I mean, I'm a texture eater. If you go back on my vlogs, you'll see I make quite a fuss of textures because it's really actually very important to me. And so sometimes I just need something bread. And so I actually made bread last week on Friday with my granddaughter. She was wanting to make it, and I said to her we could. And so she loved it. And then she wanted to eat it. And then she liked it. And then I gave her some to take home. And Emma was telling me the other day that she had I gave her 4 slices to take home of this egg bread, and then, which is just eggs. Okay, so it's 100% carnivore recipe. It hasn't even got allulose or any sweetener. And I say that because someone asked me that question, because a lot of the egg breads have allulose in it. That's the reason why I say there's nothing wrong with allulose. If you can have allulose, have allulose. I've got nothing against allulose, but doesn't have any of that in it, and it's fantastic, this bread. It has egg yolks, which the regular egg white bread that was circulating the internet did not have. It was for PSMF days. That's when I first learned about it. I think it originated back with the egg cloud bread. It's that sort of bread. It's just made out of eggs, but it's amazing. Amazing. Anyway, I gave her 4 slices to take home, and then she said, Emma told me the other day, she said, Nanny didn't give me enough bread, Mummy. She was like, she finished it all and she wanted more. She said, Nanny didn't give me enough bread. So I'm thinking, she's here tomorrow. I'm thinking we might make another batch, and I'll give her the whole loaf. I'll slice it up for her and give her the whole loaf because she really loves it and it's so good for her. So that's really cool. So I've just done that. Angel bread is a similar recipe to the egg bread. Again, it's just made out of eggs, but you do add sweetener to it. So erythritol, the powdered one, is the one I've got at the moment in the pantry. I've got a lot of those natural sweeteners. I don't have any of the other type. I've only got like Natvia, erythritol, stevia, monk fruit. They're the ones that I've had for years doing keto. Really, ketovore is where I was really in that pocket for a few years. Poffles, which are pork rind and eggs, the whole waffle choffle thing. Crunchy beef, which is, I get a really cheap lean cut of meat. I either sous vide it or pressure cook it, and then with all of its gravy, like all of its broth, I pop it in the Ninja Foodie Grill XL Max. That one. Amazing. Use the dehydrate setting on 90 degrees for 6 hours and then take it from there. I always end up having a little meal out of it because on the process for it dehydrating out. I haven't got any here next to me to show you, but I've got it in previous videos and there's a recipe on the channel. It's so good. I mean, it is so good. For someone who loves crunchy things and textures, it is a lifesaver. I have some in my handbag that I take out in a glass jar that I just take with me just in case. And you just eat on that and you just don't want any other food. Like Emma loves it. Paul loves it. Sam likes it. He doesn't, have snacks of it here and there, but Paul will have snacks of it. No problem at all. Just like he loves it. And Ellie loves it. She'll eat bits and pieces of it. She doesn't eat a lot of it, but she definitely eats it. She always wants Nanny's steak. I tell you, she loves all the things that I eat, so that's nice. And yes, Dirty Carnivore I've got here, lamb ragu. My husband said, can I make you a lamb ragu? I will blend carrots, onions and celery and tomatoes and red wine and cook off the red wine, cook off the alcohol in the red wine and make that with all the beef. No, lamb. And I said, yes, I will eat that. So I've had that once. It's the first time I've had vegetables all year and they were blended, pureed, and it was absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. So that was great. So I've had that once. I took garlic and onion out of my diet a couple of years ago when I sort of was having IBS. Well, I've had symptoms of IBS for a long time, and I sort of hadn't really done much research or, looked at it. So then when I looked at that and thought, would my life be better? I will see. And took it out. And yeah, I actually don't love the taste of garlic anymore. You don't know how much garlic we use in this family. I'm married to an Indian. We use a lot of garlic. A head of garlic in a curry dish, yeah. Like in a big curry, no problem. We use a lot of garlic. So that was massive for me. And garlic and onions in everything we make, everything we made. So I haven't been having garlic and onion for a while. So yeah, there was onion in that stock, but it didn't affect me at all. Like when I had that in the stock bit of the ragu is what I'm saying. It was delicious. And I waited to see if it would affect me and it didn't. So that's good. Because for me, I'm not against plants. I'm not doing this because I don't love plants. I'm doing it for to see if it will affect my mobility, my weight, and I don't want to become a diabetic or anything like that. So just, the blood sugar, the whole insulin, blood sugar things are the reasons why I love keto and have done. And I feel well. I feel well when I do keto and ketovore, so very heavy meat. And I would do carnivore for a few days and then I wouldn't lose the weight I wanted to lose. So I'd go back to ketovore because why give up some salad here and there if I'm not losing, all of that thing. But I do know this. I will say this. If you're curious about carnivore or you're even just launched into that space, your body prioritizes healing before it prioritizes weight loss. And this is something that's really helped me this year because I haven't weighed myself still since I started. I think I weighed myself in the first and second week, something like that. It was a while ago now. It was in February. And I have not weighed myself. I've actually put my scales away ages ago. So they're in one of the rooms of the house. I'd have to go looking now. I don't know where they are, but they're here somewhere. Because that would cause me to quit, right? Just not getting the result I want as I think it should be in my brain. It's not good for Martine. So I came up with that because I just wanted to give this a good bash. Just do it. Just do it, Martine. Do it and stop looking for all of those markers and those signs and just do it. Be committed to it. Just do it and then assess it later. And I'm so glad. It's coming up for 6 months soon. I think it's in August. I'm not sure the date in August. We are, oh, I should know what day we are, but you know what? I worked it out for the other vlog. I think I worked out it was a day 164. And if that was maybe a week ago, I could be at 170 days. I don't know, somewhere around there now. 180 days would be 6 months. So I'm a couple of weeks off of 6 months. Both Emma and I, we're still going strong. And I suppose I'll wrap it up there. I would summarize for anyone just starting out, I would say beef and fat. They're my 2 words of wisdom to you. Oh, that's right. Watch this. Get ready. Fireworks. Yes. Love it. Yes. Thumbs up for you too, buddy. Thumbs up for you too. Oh, more fireworks. I love fireworks. Fireworks are awesome. I have learnt over and over again beef and fat. So earlier in the week when I had chicken and bacon a couple of nights for dinner, just the next day I was just like, I need some beef. And that's just like, wow. Wow. It's just a revelation. It's just that constant learning journey of what does your body want? What do you need? What gives you what? And beef and fat gives me satiation. No cravings. I just carry on with my day. I'm not thinking about food. I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you before this year, that was never my life. Like, I would always be thinking about recipes and food and what I've got to cook next. And I'd eat a meal and I'd still be looking for food, right? We know what that is now. I understand that. But this experience has been amazing in terms of, wow, how lucky am I? How good is meat? Beef. How good is beef? Wow. Beef is amazing. Beef is amazing. All right. I think I covered all my notes. High fat, just sharing what I wanted to, just what I've been eating, which is basically the same as what I've been eating this whole time. Eating out. Textures are still so important to me. I love textures. And I do notice if I've not had, like I just, in the last week, I was like, I need some bread. I need to make some more because I'd sort of used up. I batch prep everything, right? Unless I'm making scrambled eggs. And then I don't have those prepared. I do boil eggs. I'll boil 12 eggs. And then like within 3 or 4 days, they're all gone. I'll pop them in baggies in the fridge, and my husband eats them as well, so that's really great. I batch prep my brisket. I don't batch prep my steaks, but I have eaten cold steak the next day and I actually like it. I didn't think I would, but I do. So it takes literally 3 minutes in the air fryer. That's how long I cook it for to get it at the tenderness. I like it. But I cook 2 pork bellies at a time. I'm actually going to do 3 next time. I've still got some in the freezer though, and that lasts me like a month. I will slice it up, portion it up into bags with the brisket, the pork belly, like the flat iron steaks. I've done all that prep on. That's all done now. What did I do before? I've done eye of round, prep it all up, cut it all up, and there was another one. Oh, chuck steak, prep it all up, either sous vide it or pressure cook it, then chop it all up. Because then when it comes to making my meal, it takes under 5 minutes. And it's crispy, fatty, salty, deliciousness of goodness all the way through, whatever it is. So yeah, I batch prep everything and I have the best quality meals. They're just amazing. I'm so grateful. Anyway, I'm not sure. I think I was just wrapping up. So yeah, textures, and just giving myself permission. It's really important to give yourself permission so that lamb ragu that, because we haven't, no, that's not true. I was going to say we haven't shared a meal, Paul and I, but that's not true. I cook him things all the time. He loves eating mine, and he'll add salad. It's as easy as a bag of salad, right? Or you want to make it more complex and make your own salad, but you can just get a bag of salad here in Australia. You can get beautiful salad mixes and things like that, and Paul will just make that up if he wants salad with it, or he'll cook himself some vegetables, zucchini, eggplant. He loves the roasted eggplant, zucchini, whatever he's feeling like, and he'll have it with. I'll cook him a steak, or I'll make burger patties. That's the other thing that I've had more in the last. I've actually had bacon in the last month or two. I hadn't had any bacon. I used to eat bacon every single day on keto. You know what? I was wrapping this video up, wasn't I? See, this is what I mean. Anyway, I've just been enjoying bacon in the last 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. And it's been great. And I'm actually enjoying bacon. But I remember thinking, wow, I haven't had bacon for months. When I didn't have bacon when I first started carnivore this year. But literally, I used to have it nearly every day before. Amazing. Anyway, I'm doing well. I'm loving it. How are you doing? What are you guys doing? Tell me what you're doing. And any special meals, any revelations of recipes that you want to tell me about, please. Share any medical information, in terms of what have you learnt lately about things like oxalates. I've been doing some great research on oxalates, magnesium. Love magnesium. Is awesome. I'm just thinking glycine. I take magnesium and glycine before I sleep. It's funny, in the Facebook group, some people talk about you don't need supplements. And I think, it's such a broad statement to make. And I don't think you can say that to someone, that you don't need any supplements when you eat the carnivore diet. I just don't think that's right. Every person's body is so unique. You have no idea what they might be on. Blood pressure tablets. They could be on, they might be a type 1 diabetes, have type 1 diabetes and have an insulin needs. You just have no idea what people have and what they need, right? So to be able to say that carnivore will give you completely 100% everything you need, I just don't think that's realistic. I don't think it's true either. Is it nutritional and incredibly healthy way to eat? Yes. And I think those that do it can testify to that. I mean, the inflammation that's reduced in my body, and my mobility is a lot better. I'm actually starting to notice, even in the last week, can't put my finger on what all the increases are, but there's something else changing for the positive in my body again. And I'm just feeling better, easier to move, just another layer. And I've got such a long way to go. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for zero carb, carnivore, all of that space. So let me know how you're going. Any revelations that you're having, please share. I love learning. Thank you for those that have, left comments here and there. I know it feels like I've been silent. I haven't really, but I'm over here doing my thing, and I am in the Facebook group if you want to pop over there and chat. It's a different sort of an environment because there's quite a few people in there, and everyone has a different background and a different philosophy and a different culture. So, it's a space of moderating all of. For me, my job really is to moderate that. Even though I started that space just to help beginners, and to create an environment where strict carnivores weren't mean to them. That was really why I started that group. It's gotten quite big, and so I'm just working with it, what it is right now, to sort of see where we go from here. But I do love hearing where everyone's at. You can just learn so much from people, and I love that. So yeah, feel free to share. Say hi in the comments, and I'd love that. All right, I'm going to go, and I will catch you on the next vlog. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is vlog with just like different things I've been eating, not necessarily in a day, but just, sort of menu ideas and recipes and stuff like that. I think we'll go there, and other things. There's always new revelations coming, in this space, and it's great to share that sort of stuff because we don't all read the same stuff or listen to the same things. So I'll continue to share that. All right. I'm going. Bye.